Welcome to The Explainer. Today we are diving deep into the world of AI academic writing tools. But we're not just going to give you a long list of names. Instead, we're going to give you a whole new framework for understanding them, thinking of them as a specialized team. You've got the polishers, the architects, and the librarians. It's all about helping you find the perfect digital partner for your work.
All right, so before we get to the solutions, let's start with the feeling that pretty much every student and researcher knows all too well, the challenge of that blank page.
Oh man, we've all been there, right? Just staring at that blinking cursor with all these complex ideas swimming around in your head, and you have this daunting task of turning it all into a polished, coherent paper.
Yeah, it's a journey filled with hurdles. You've got the struggle to build a really strong argument, you've got to avoid all those little grammar mistakes, then there's the endless hunt for credible sources, and of course, the super meticulous process of citing every single one correctly. And kinda looming over all of that is the good old brick wall of writer's block. Honestly, these are the things that can make academic writing feel like a real uphill battle.
But what if you had a team of specialized assistants? I mean, a whole team ready to help you overcome these exact challenges, right when you need them. Well, that's where these AI tools come into play.
Okay, but here is the single most important mindset shift you need to make. These tools are not here to do the work for you. They're not ghostwriters. The best way to think of them is as your co-pilots. They're designed to assist, to enhance, and to streamline your own thinking and writing process.
So let's meet the team, because, just like any good crew, each member has a specialty. Not all AI assistants are created equal. They have very specific jobs to do.
First up, we've got the polishers. These are your grammar and style gurus. You've probably heard of Grammarly or maybe the more academically focused Trinka. They basically act as your personal editor, scanning your text to catch typos, fix grammar, and just make sure every sentence is clear, professional, and has that perfect academic tone. Then you have the architects. Now, these tools go way beyond the sentence level to look at the big picture. They help you build a much more robust and coherent paper by actually analyzing the logical flow between your paragraphs and evaluating the overall strength of your main arguments.
So here's the crucial difference. It all comes down to the questions they ask. A polisher like Grammarly is basically asking, is this sentence correct? And it gives you a quick fix. But an architect like Thesify asks a much bigger question. Is this paragraph logical? It doesn't just fix it for you. It acts like a coach, guiding you to improve the underlying structure of your own writing.
And finally, rounding out our specialist team, we have the librarians. In the vast, sometimes overwhelming world of academic literature, these assistants are absolutely essential. They help you find relevant papers, understand their key points, and even verify their credibility.
And librarians can play two really different but equally important roles. A tool like Consensus acts like a Q&A engine. You ask a question, and it finds you answers directly from research papers. It tells you what the research says. On the other hand, a tool like Cite is a validation engine. It analyzes citations to show you how a paper is being used by other researchers. Is it being supported or is it being contradicted? This helps you figure out the true impact and reliability of a source. Pretty cool, right?
Okay, so what if you want a tool that does a little bit of everything? Maybe you don't want to juggle a whole team. Well, that's where the generalists come in. Platforms like Paperpal and Wordvice AI are really trying to be a one-stop shop. They bundle a lot of these functions, grammar checks, paraphrasing, citation help, plagiarism detection, all into one single interface. And a lot of them now have this really powerful feature that lets you actually chat directly with your research documents. And this ecosystem of specialists doesn't even stop there. You have tools like Quillbot, which is famous for its powerful paraphrasing engine that helps you rephrase sentences. Then you have assistants like Jenni AI or Yomo AI, which are really designed to help you brainstorm and just get that intimidating first draft down on the page. This all sounds incredibly powerful, I know. But of course, there's a practical question that we've got to talk about.
The big question, right? How much is all this going to cost? Well, the investment in these AI co-pilots can vary. Really vary. From completely free plans all the way to pretty significant annual subscriptions for all the premium features.
Now, I know this table looks like a lot of numbers, but there are two key things to notice here. First, just compare the monthly price column to the annual price one. If you subscribe for a whole year, you often cut the monthly cost by more than half. So if you find a tool you love, the annual plan is a way better deal. And second, look at that far right column. See that? Almost every single tool offers some kind of free option, so you can test them out before you commit any cash. So, with this whole team of potential AI co-pilots at your fingertips, from free polishers to premium suites, what is the single most important takeaway for your own academic work? Okay, if you remember one thing from all of this, let it be this: you have to maintain your academic integrity. The goal here is always assistance, not replacement. These tools are powerful allies meant to enhance your original thinking, your contribution, not to create it for you. Your ideas, your arguments, and your voice have to stay at the very center of your work.
So, how do you get started? Here's a simple 3-step strategy. First, identify your biggest pain point. Are you struggling with sentence-level grammar, the big picture argument, or just the research process? Second, take advantage of all those free tiers we just talked about. Experiment, play around, see what fits your personal workflow. And third, remember, you don't have to pick just one. The most powerful approach is often building your own custom toolkit.
So a really powerful workflow might look something like this. You could start with a librarian, like Consensus, to quickly get the lay of the land with existing research. Then, you could bring in an architect like Thesify to help you structure a really strong, logical argument based on that research. And finally, bring in a polisher like Grammarly for that final sentence-level editing and proofreading right before you submit. You see, you're using the unique strengths of different tools at each stage of the process.
And this leaves us with a final, much bigger question. We are so clearly at the beginning of a major shift in how academic work gets done. As these AI co-pilots get more sophisticated and more integrated into our daily lives, they pose a really fascinating challenge. How will they reshape not just the way we write, but the very way we think, discover, and create knowledge? It's a change that promises to make research more accessible and efficient than ever before.